Why shouldn't you? So delicious. When you roast me, I turn into silk. Oh, if you just eat me like hunkar bayendi, that Turkish delicacy, you cannot resist. Did you know that eggplants are full of fiber and low in calories, rich in vitamins and minerals? Did you know that? Now the first step in any eggplant dish is salting it and getting out the bitter juices. And so I'm going to show you how to do it just by slicing it in rounds and then adding some sea salt. Now, eggplant is kind of a controversial vegetable because a lot of people say that it needs to be salted. Others say that, the newer eggplants no longer are as bitter. But I like to salt it because I do notice a difference in the taste if I do. And it also stops the eggplant from absorbing so much oil because eggplants are sort of like little sponges and they love olive oil. You don't need to be so scientific about how you do this. They can even overlap. And I just sprinkle some sea salt all over them. And the salt is going to draw out the bitter juice. You let them sit for about half an hour like this. After about half an hour, you can wipe your eggplant and get all of the bitter juices off of it with a paper towel. Another way of doing this is to put the eggplants in a bowl with water in these slices and then salt the water. And that also has the same effect of getting out the bitterness and also preventing it from soaking up the oil. I'm brushing this baking pan with a little bit of olive oil, and I'm going to lay out my eggplants like so. I like to also brush the tops gently with some oil, and you don't need to pour more oil on, just use what's in the pan. And then I'm going to pop this in the oven, and it's 400 degrees, and I'm going to do 10 minutes on each side. Now while the eggplant is baking, I'm going to make a very simple tomato sauce. In this sauce, I'm going to keep it very, very simple, and you're welcome to add on to it if you want. But I just do olive oil, garlic, and chopped up tomatoes. And this garlic has just been smashed with the back of my knife. I'm going to add these tomatoes, and they're just roughly chopped tomatoes, about 2 pounds. Now I'm going to take my eggplant out of the oven. And it's cooked all the way through. And I'm going to turn my oven down to 350. Now for the preparation. It's very simple. A little bit of olive oil, of course. And they can be overlapped. Now I'm going to pour the tomato sauce over it. And if you want to puree this sauce, you can, but I'm not really picky about it. And if we want to make this a simple dinner, we just cook them down and leave it at that. An eggplant is full of fiber and potassium. And it's also good at lowering cholesterol too. So it is a very healthy vegetable to eat. But if you do have arthritis, you want to avoid nightshades like eggplant, potatoes, red peppers, things like that, because some say that they aggravate problems of arthritis, like joint swelling and things like that. So here we have it, almost done. I have my fresh mozzarella that I've sliced, and I'm just going to top it like so. I'm going to pop this back in the oven for about 15 minutes at 350, or just until the mozzarella melts. So here we have it. The mozzarella has melted nicely, and it's very hot and gooey. And I'm just going to freshen it up with some basil goes excellent with tomatoes and mozzarella and eggplant, as we all know. And here we have the Italian flag in a dinner. Now it's your turn to try this very simple eggplant dinner and keep on cooking with Kitchen Caravan.